Some of the best inspiration I get from these videos comes from my fellow friends and lawyers. It inspired me to actually put together some of the most common phrases and requests I get from lawyers that are just bad marketing. And I wanted to share this video as a way to think about how you can ultimately fudge up your marketing when you're not trying to. So let's dive into some of those top ones right now. Every time I hear this phrase, I cringe. I want more. More what? So let's talk about what more could be. More leads, more visibility, more phone calls, more revenue, more profit. What is more? Clearly defining goals and what's realistic is the key to marketing success. And the surest way to fudge this up is to go into a marketing initiative without clearly identifying what success looks like and what it should look like. Getting specific is key here. When goals are vague, strategy is vague. Without clear expectations or goals for what success looks like in marketing, it's impossible to develop a cohesive strategy or clear plan for success. Do you agree? If so, comment below. Another statement I hear lawyers say a lot about who they're marketing to is this statement: my audience is just like me. However, marketing without a clear understanding of who your audience is a really bad strategy. It's easy to make a lot of assumptions in marketing, and the most common one is not understanding who you're marketing to. It's not uncommon, especially among B2B lawyers, for lawyers to presume when they're marketing to other lawyers that their clients are just like them. And it's also not uncommon for lawyers to think about their audience and who they're targeting in broad terms that are not clearly defined. For example, if you're watching this video right now, you may think that my agency targets lawyers. But the reality is the bulk of the work that comes into my agency actually comes from fellow legal marketers who are reaching out to my agency on behalf of lawyers and law firms looking for help with their social media strategy. The same may be true for your client base as well. Understanding every step of the hiring process and who is involved in those steps, from discovering your firm to setting the consultation, is key in understanding how your clients shop for legal services. Let me ask you this. Most lawyers have legal assistants and assistants who help them do research and gather information and do due diligence for them when they're working on hiring an outside vendor. The same is true for many of your clients, especially if they're in a B2B environment. Many lawyers presume the person sitting across from them in the consultation is the only decision maker in the hiring process. But many times, those decision makers in the hiring process can be quite varied, from IT professionals, marketing professionals, firm administrators, operations professionals, and even assistants. Often the person you're sitting across from in the consultation is one of the key decision makers, but many others had to make micro decisions to get to that point. That can be everything from vetting your name on a short list to setting up meetings and consultations before you even get to the key decision makers. One of the easiest ways to find out how these decisions are made is by going through client feedback services, asking good questions in your consultation, and even pulling together data and analytics from your website. The point is, it's dangerous to presume your audience is you. You need to collect data and information to understand who really are the decision makers in the process of hiring your firm. So take the time to clearly map out the client acquisition process and know who your client personas are. Have you defined your client personas? I'd love to hear in the comments. I've said it before and I'll say it again in these videos: just because your competitor or a friend at another firm is employing a certain marketing strategy, it doesn't mean it's good marketing for you. I've been privy to hundreds of marketing strategies for law firms, and I can tell you many firms are wasting money on bad strategies and tactics and not fully optimizing what they're already doing. So before you go and copy and paste your competitor or your friend's marketing strategy, ask yourself these questions. Number one, does this competitor or this friend have a similar client base to the one I'm trying to attract? 2, does this competitor or friend have similar services to me? 3, how will I measure if this strategy is effective and working for my firm? 4, how much am I willing to spend to test this strategy out? 5, how long am I willing to give this strategy to see if it's effective? If you find yourself consistently looking to what your competitors or your friends are doing in their marketing, you may be in the claws of shiny object syndrome. You want to avoid this at all costs. It's a great way to waste time and money. Another piece of bad advice that I hear marketers share a lot, as well as lawyers share, is that they say, I just want to market my services. And they just want to focus on what they do instead of why they do it. There are 1.3 million lawyers in the US, and 49% of them are in private practice. I'm about to say something that's going to sting a bit, but it needs to be said. You are not special. Your services are not special. The number of years you've been practicing is not special. What makes you special and different from your competitors is why you do what you do every day. I consult every day with lawyers one-on-one in coaching or with law firms, and I talk to them all the time about what key differentiators are. And one of the key differentiators is why you practice in the area you practice in the industry you're focused on. Whether it's the privacy lawyer who wants to see businesses be innovative without compromising their customers' privacy, or the trademark attorney who wants to help protect their clients' brands and marks from infringement abroad, or the veterans benefits attorney who is fighting to cut through the red tape that veterans face when it comes to getting proper benefits for their injuries and ailments due to their service. There's a reason you do what you do, and it's often not just for the paycheck. That reason is a big differentiator from your competitors. The reason you do what you do may be personal, professional, or even something morally that pushes you to fight for your clients and protect them from future injury. The point is that your why is just as important as your services you offer. Remember, being able to communicate clearly your why with focused intent will ensure your marketing is more than just a list of services you offer, but a compelling reason to work with you over a competitor. Do you have a clearly defined why? Comment below if so. And another statement that I hate to hear as a marketer is, "We've always done it this way." If you're resisting inevitable change, you're gonna fall behind. The final grave mistake you can make in your marketing is resisting that change. In the last 15 years, I've seen law firms be slow to change around social media, and now I'm seeing them be slow to change around AI as a tool to enhance their marketing and their legal service offerings. I understand it can be scary to be the first, and I understand why one of the most common requests I get from law firm leaderships is, can we see an example of other firms using this marketing strategy or approach? And let me be clear, there is nothing wrong with wanting to see others trying out different marketing approaches before your firm embraces them or tries them. However, once that approach has become more widely accepted, you can't be slow to jump in and employ it yourself, or you lose the advantage you might have had. Or you could fall behind, losing market share. And when law firms let others take market share, it's so difficult for them to regain it later. So that's a few of my biggest mistakes and statements that I hear that really fudge up marketing. What are some of the ones I missed? Comment below. And if you enjoyed this video, go ahead and comment pitfalls below so I know to make more content like this. And if you want to stay up to date on what's happening in marketing for law firms, then go ahead and sign up for our newsletter. It comes out once a month, and we share some of the latest trends and tips and things you need to be aware of. The link is below. If you like this video, please be sure to give it a thumbs up, share it, and spread it with your friends.